The brave Swordsmen's Guild warrior Peter Grill has won an international fighting competition and been named the world's strongest man. Peter makes use of this victory in order to obtain permission from Guildmaster Sanctos to marry his daughter Luvelia. However, after learning of Peter's exploits, women of other races seek the strongest man and they want him to carry on their bloodlines, with or without his permission. While Peter tries to conceal his new lovers from Luvelia and the Guildmaster, the finale of the grand fighting tournament is about to begin, and the victor will be crowned the world's strongest man and gain fame and glory. Peter Grill makes it to the final, and because he wants to impress Luvelia Sanctos, he wins. This makes him the first person in 150 years to win. After Peter wins, he meets Mimi, who is an ogre. Mimi explains that as an ogre, having a strong child is important and that a champion like him is ideal for breeding. Luvelia is waiting for him when he enters a church. She explains that her father has granted them permission to wed and have children. Peter throws Mimi out that evening after taking a shower and discovering that she is only covering herself with a towel beneath his sheets. He throws Lisa out as well when he goes back to bed and finds her wrapped in a towel. They start knocking on the door in an effort to get back in, but Peter lets them in so they don't cause any more problems. They say that they are aware of Luvelia, but also that they are aware that they have only held hands. Peter wants to stay faithful to Luvelia. He wakes up in the morning with the two girls who are sleeping naked next to him. Luvelia knocks on his door and he begins to cry over what he had done. Peter panics when he hears Luvelia at the door and quickly hides the ogres in the closet, despite their complaints. After that, Peter opens the door and explains that he was training and is sweaty. Luvelia enters and informs him that she intends to inform her father today about their engagement. Peter gladly agrees to support her when she asks for it. Luvelia's father does not want her to marry Peter. He agreed that she could marry the champion, and Luvelia wants to know why he is declining at this time. Luvelia stands in Albatross's way, telling him that if he doesn't agree, she will run away with Peter. Albatross becomes enraged and wants to kill Peter right away. Albatross accepts their engagement because he cannot avoid losing Luvelia, but his hatred of Peter only grows. They celebrate the engagement that night with a party as it becomes official. Peter regrets his actions toward the ogres. They appear at that time and congratulate him on his engagement, despite their desire to repeat the baby-making procedure. They explain that they only want a child, so his engagement is not a problem for them. They tell him that if he continues to sleep with them until they become pregnant, they will keep this a secret. He hides the ogres under the table and sits in a chair when he hears Luvelia approaching. Luvelia comes and sits down at the table, but her father also shows up and asks Peter to leave so he can talk to Luvelia from his chair. Peter wakes up to find a girl actually on top of him. This girl is Vegan Eldriel, an elf ambassador who came to acquire his seed. Peter asks Vegan why she is there, and Vegan responds that they need his seed to save their village. She was selected by the council as the best genetic specimen. He declines her offer to do whatever he wants with her. Vegan declares that she will take his seed by force after a mere human declines her, a noble elf. Vegan uses her most powerful weapon because she has no other option. She applies a spell to his crotch and explains that it is a curse of forbidden magic. Before she leaves, she tells him that by tomorrow night, he will be on his knees asking for mercy. During a quest, Luvelia is attacked by a creature. Peter is informed by a guild member that a great worm goblin, which is said to devour men and defile women, attacked Luvelia. Peter quickly dashes in the direction of Luvelia. Luvelia, on the other hand, tries to fight him, but the goblin's tentacles catch her. Peter arrives just in time to rescue Luvelia from the great worm goblin, who was about to hurt her. He faces the goblin in anger and easily kills him. As they watch the battle, the ogres get even more excited about their desire to acquire his genes. Peter later takes a bath and remembers how the villagers thanked him for killing the animal because it was a problem for them. However, he is unable to comprehend why he is horny. Vegan arrives and tells him that she has put a curse on his private parts. Peter begs Vegan to remove the curse, and Vegan tells him that the only way to do so is to let go of his juices within her. Peter continues to decline. He only wants to be with Luvelia. When Luvelia hears Peter's voice at that exact moment, she realizes that he is in the next room. She asks him if he is aware of the myths surrounding this particular hot spring, and since he is unaware, she responds that people who soak in the hot spring are said to be blessed with children. Peter is asked by Luvelia if he would join her to investigate the rumors. Peter wants to join her because he has never gone beyond holding hands with her. However, because of Vegan's curse, he has to say that he can't join Luvelia right now. Peter kneels and begs Vegan to end his curse because he has no choice. They get into bed after she gladly agrees. Peter is depressed about what he did in the morning. Albatross tells Peter Grill that Orkland has made a marriage proposal, and they ask his future children to accept it. Luvelia comprehends what he is attempting to do, expressing that Peter will not at any point deceive her. Piglet is contacted by Babe Roastpork when Peter and Albatross meet Babe Roastpork. Peter is aware that Albatross intends to embarrass him, but he feels safe because orcs and humans have very different ideas of what beauty should be. However, he finds Piglet quite adorable as she arrives. They leave Peter and Piglet to get to know one another. They take a walk in town. Piglet says that his tournament performance was amazing. She encounters 3 rogues sent by Albatross in secret, but Peter saves her. She thanks him for saving her as they run, and Peter tells her that she is cute according to human standards. She is embarrassed, but Peter agrees to take her on a tour of the city. Peter says, referring back to Babe and Albatross, that the marriage proposal is just a ploy to win political points. He says that Piglet would not want to marry and feels the same way. Babe asks Piglet if that's true, however, when she doesn't respond. She says that they haven't spent enough time together, so they put Piglet and Peter in a room for the night. Albatross explains that if they spend the night together, something might happen. After that, Piglet appears in a nightgown as she joins Peter in their room. Peter ends up sleeping with Piglet because the orcs gave her an aphrodisiac and locked them in a room together, despite his best efforts to avoid falling into the trap. The following morning, he endeavors to escape what is happening by asking her what she really wants. Piglet tells a lie at the dinner table, claiming that she and Peter did not have sex. She then asks to be moved to the guild so she can stay with him. Piglet reveals that she wants to conceive Peter's child so that she can one day exact vengeance on the Orkland while she is alone with Peter. Peter is surrounded by Vegan, Piglet, Mimi, and Lisa. The girls agree to hold a contest to see who can get him the most excited because they all want to be with him. Tim comes in drunk and gives everyone a drink as they continue to fight with each other. After getting drunk, the girls are able to successfully seduce Peter. They decide that they must agree to a set of terms the following morning to prevent this from happening again. A treaty between the girls allows Peter to carry out his demanding responsibilities every day. Peter decides to go out with Luvelia on a rest day. Mimi shows up later that evening. While Peter is having dinner with Luvelia, Mimi and a worried Peter head to the location where they have sex. He sees Vegan and Luvelia eating when he returns to his table. After that, he also sleeps with vegans. Lisa shows up following this. Luvelia remembers how she fell in love with Peter while he is away. Peter is worried about the situation he's in after the date is over. After sleeping with Mimi, Vegan, and Lisa during the rest day, Peter is depressed. He gets comforted by Piglet, and they sleep together. Peter realizes that Mimi, Vegan, and Lisa refuse to take responsibility for breaking the treaty when they confront Piglet. He then sleeps with the girls. Peter then flees when he learns that the girls can break the treaty without being punished. He meets an ogre while he is alone, and he receives some encouraging love advice from him. He then says that he is looking for his love. The ogre reveals that he is seeking a princess named Lisa Alpacas when Peter inquires about his identity. Peter is floored by this revelation. When Peter confronts Lisa, she acknowledges that she is Ogrestan's crown princess. Antonio Spartokos, the ogre Peter met, approaches the guild's reception desk. He runs into Mimi there. Spartokos spots Lisa and Peter making an attempt to seduce him. After that, Peter is attacked by a vengeful Spartokos before Lisa tells him to stop, which he reluctantly does. Spartokos then requests that Lisa return home. She reveals, however, that she will not return home until she is able to conceive a child for Peter. Peter is then up against Spartokos in a duel for Lisa's affection. Peter makes the decision to host the Spartokos match at the arena. However, Lisa's extortion of him stops his plan. After that, Peter defeats Spartokos reluctantly. When Lisa challenges Spartokos herself following the duel, she gives him one more chance. After being persuaded by Vegan and Piglet, Peter accepts Spartokos as his apprentice. Peter and Piglet observe that the guild receptionist Michi Pellegrima has fallen in love with Spartokos during the training. The duel between Lisa and Spartokos takes place a week later. Lisa uses her breasts to distract Spartokos during their duel, which enables her to defeat him. After that, Peter realizes what Spartokos' issue is when Michi comes to visit. Spartokos is surprised when Peter tells him that he is too focused on following Lisa until Michi tells him she loves him. Peter is taken aback when Spartokos informs him the following morning that he has left Lisa. At that exact moment, Lisa offers Peter the opportunity to join her and expresses her gratitude to Peter for assisting Spartokos. She informs him about the goblin invasion when Luvelia arrives. He says he will protect her as he goes to the location of the goblins. Lisa, Mimi, Vegan, and Piglet are following behind them at the same time. The end. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new anime recaps.